Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. So today I have a super easy tutorial, and I made this one especially for beginners. It's pretty much my most frequently asked question that I get from people, and it is, how do I do a smoky eye? The smoky eye can kind of seem intimidating, but honestly it's one of the easiest eyeshadow applications, one of the easiest eyeshadow looks that you can achieve. Basically, with the smoky eye, you can do it a number of ways, but today I'm going to show you a way to make it foolproof where it's still subtle enough for daytime, or you can take it as dramatic as you want and you can use it for a night around the town, date night, or just for something fun. So I hope this tutorial helps those of you out there who have been wanting to know how to get that smoky eye look without having to use tons of different eyeshadows or without having to use tons of different brushes, because really there is just a simple process that's all to it, and it's seriously one of the fastest, easiest, quickest ways to achieve a smoky eye. So if you really want to see how simple this smoky eye look is, then just keep on watching. And until next time, I will see you in my next video. Bye!
So for this tutorial, we're going to be using the Urban Decay Naked 3 palette. This is a great palette to use for beginners because of the wide range of colors and textures. So first off, you want to be using eyeshadow primer. I'm a big believer in eyeshadow primers. I do believe that they help with color payoff, and they also keep eyeshadows from creasing, which I know a lot of people get frustrated with and tend to give up because of these common problems. But when you find the right kind of eyeshadow primer, this will definitely help keep all those situations under control. Just make sure you find the right texture that works best for you. I'm first going to be starting off with the lightest shade in this palette, and it's called Strange. It's good to start with a white neutral base because it's going to help blend all the colors in easier, which is going to really help create that smoked out effect, which is probably the hardest part about this whole look. It's also best to apply this part with a synthetic brush, since a synthetic brush is going to deposit most of the color and you really want a strong foundation. Make sure you apply this all over the entire eyelid from brow bone to lashes. Again, the easiest part about this whole look is the first step. For the next step, take a big fluffy crease brush, which is going to be great for putting a transition color into the crease. For lighter skin tones, using the color Limit, which is a matte neutral shade, will be great for a transition color. And for darker skin tones, using a color like Nooner would work perfectly. Fairer skin tones can still use this, but beware, it will create a more dramatic depth. But for now, I'm going to stick with Limit. And just taking that into the crease and just going back and forth in windshield wiper motions, you can see that using a brush like this that is bigger and fluffier is going to really do all the work for you. And after going back and forth and applying evenly all across the lid, you can take circular motions to really make sure you diffuse a little bit of that color up into the bottom part of the brow bone. Next, I'm going in with the color Mugshot, which is a darker metallic steel shade, and metallics and satin shadows are just known to be smoother in texture, so not only will this be helping you add more depth because of the color, but it will also be helping you in the long run when you go on with the last step that involves the darkest color of the look, and you will see that it is really going to help with the blending process more so than just using all mattes. In this particular palette, using any of the metallic shades from Liar to Darkside will work for this step. Now for the last color, which is really going to create that dark smoky eye, you can either use Darkside or Blackheart for this look, but today I'm going to be using Blackheart. The best way to apply this is by taking a real hair pencil brush, and using a real hair brush is great for beginners since it is going to hold most of the color and you won't be scared and you find yourself depositing too much on the first try. When creating a smoky eye, it is best to start off with less and then gradually build up to a depth you are comfortable with. So just taking this into the outer V, like a U shape, hugging that outer corner, this is really going to create that soft sultry effect that makes the smoky eye so famous. And I'm just going to speed through this and finally go back over with that fluffy brush to take care of any little extra blending. You can also use the side of it to take care of any fallout, which is bound to happen, so don't freak out. And then feel free to go back in and add a little bit more of Strange onto the lid, since after all that blending, it is normal to lose a little bit of its intensity. Next, I'm just adding my usual winged eyeliner, which you don't have to do, but you can, and it is just totally up to you. I just find that it adds more intensity, so you can do this for a more nighttime look, and then you can leave it without it for a more daytime appropriate look. It's totally up to you. Next, I do suggest to tightline though. Tightlining your upper lashes is really just going to help conceal that skin that could be appearing from our waterline that can peek in between those lashes. And you really want it to be like an even flush of color from our lashes all the way to your eyeliner or the darker shadows that we have applied on the outer V. For this, I'm using my Bobbi Brown Longwear Eye Pencil in the color Jet. I'm also going to be taking this onto our waterline, which is just our bottom rim. And again, this is going to help that sultry effect, and it's really going to add some definition to our eyes. Then taking that same pencil brush we used to apply the darkest shade onto the outer V, we're going to use whatever left on that brush and use that to buff out and blend out that eyeliner we just placed. Again, this really helps add on to that smoked out effect, and it doesn't look so clean and polished as opposed to leaving it by itself. This is really just going to help diffuse out that color, make it look really nice and blended. Then again, taking that big fluffy brush, we're going to use this just to go all around the outer edges of our shadows. I'm telling you, this brush is going to be your best friend. And then just taking your favorite mascara. Right now I'm really loving Maybelline's Pumped Up Colossal Mascara, and just generously apply a few coats, maybe even 3 to 4 coats onto your lashes just to add even more definition. And again, having defined lashes just really opens up the eye. You can even tell here the dramatic difference it makes from with mascara and without. For this look, I am adding falsies, and I'm using House of Lashes, excuse me, all naturals. This step is totally optional and it's up to you. If you guys want to see a lash tutorial, please leave me comments down below requesting to do so. Okay, next, for the rest of the face, it's good to soft contour all around the outer frame of your face. This is going to help add definition back into your face and into your features. So I'm just taking my L'Oreal True Match Super Blendable Powder, and I believe this is in the color Caramel Beige. And I'm just taking a big fluffy face brush and using this all along my hairline, in the hollows of my cheek, down my jawbone, and as always, contouring my nose. So then next I'm going to be going in with blush. I'm using Tarte's Amazonian Clay 12-Hour Blush in the shade Dollface. This is just your standard pale pink blush, and usually pale pink blushes are going to look great on all skin tones because it's going to self-adjust and match to where it looks like you're naturally flush. So I'm just going to be focusing this onto the apples of my cheeks and brushing out all along my jawbone. I'm sorry, all along my cheekbone. Get it together, Catherine. Okay, so then just taking my Bobbi Brown Face Blender brush, I'm going to be using the Balms Mary Luminizer. This is one of my favorite highlights. I absolutely love it. I think it goes great with a whole bunch of different looks, and especially for something like this, it just adds back a little bit more of a glow from within kind of look, and just really makes your skin look like it's naturally healthy and glowing. Next, for lipstick, I'm using Bobbi Brown's lip color in the shade Pink Kiss. This is just a naturally nude pink lip shade. It really helps add a little bit more of intensity to my natural lip color, but I am an absolute gloss kind of girl, and I just love that little bit of extra shine. So I'm going in with NYX Butter Lip Gloss in the shade Eclair just to add a little bit more shine and a little bit more plump to my lips. Also, pairing a smoky eye with a more neutral nude lip is always a winning combination. And then finally, setting with some NYX Matte Finishing Spray, we are good to go.